Welcome to Concept with Justin. Where the beauty of nature meets innovative design. In this serene oasis, we're surrounded by the tranquility of green potted plants, carefully crafted to bring balance and harmony. Any space. First, let's talk about the selection of plants. The backyard features a variety of plants in different textures, sizes, and colors. Adding depth and visual interest to the space. From tall, stately trees to low-lying ground covers, each plant plays a specific role in the overall design. The use of different textures, such as ferns, succulents, and palm leaves, adds a rich and layered look to the space. Next, let's discuss the placement of the potted plants. The backyard is divided into different zones, each with its own unique arrangement of plants. The tallest plants are placed at the back, creating a sense of depth and height. Smaller plants are placed in front, adding a sense of balance and harmony to the space. The use of repeated patterns and shapes adds a cohesive and unified look to the overall design. Now let's talk about the containers. The pots and planters in this backyard are just as important as the plants themselves. From sleek and modern to rustic and vintage, the containers add a touch of personality and style to the space. The use of different materials, such as terracotta, cement, and metal, adds a sense of variety and interest. Each plant is a masterpiece, carefully selected to complement its companions, and together they form a symphony of shape, form, and hue. The delicate tendrils of the ivy, the stately grandeur of the ferns, and the radiant blooms of the flowers all blend in perfect harmony, like a beautifully choreographed dance. Every element, from the subtle curves of the planters to the carefully considered placement of each specimen, has been meticulously thought out to create a sense of balance and harmony. As we step into this verdant oasis, our eyes are immediately drawn to the lush foliage that surrounds us. The courtyard, a hidden gem nestled within the confines of urban architecture, serves as a canvas for an exquisite display of potted greenery. Each plant, carefully selected and placed, contributes to a symphony of textures, colors, and forms that delight the senses. The gentle rustle of leaves in the breeze greets us, as if nature itself is whispering its secrets. Sunlight dapples through the canopy, casting intricate shadows on the weathered stone pavers below. This interplay of light and shadow adds depth and dimension to the space, creating an ever-changing tableau throughout the day. Surrounding the fiddle-leaf fig, collection of pothos cascades from elevated planters, their heart-shaped leaves tumbling down in graceful curtains of green. These trailing vines soften the rigid lines of the courtyard's architecture, blurring the boundaries between the built environment and the natural world. Pothouse, with their ability to purify the air and thrive in various light conditions. Are not only aesthetically pleasing, but also contribute to a healthier living space. Nestled among the larger specimens, Buster of Succulents adds a touch of sculptural elegance to the scene. Their fleshy leaves, arranged in perfect rosettes, showcase nature's geometric precision. The subtle variations in hue, from soft sage to deep emerald, create a captivating color palette that draws the eye and invites closer inspection. These drought-tolerant plants serve as a testament to the resilience of nature. Thriving with minimal care while adding visual interest to the landscape. A collection of ferns occupies a shaded corner of the courtyard, their delicate fronds unfurling in a mesmerizing display of fractal beauty. Interspersed throughout the courtyard, an array of ornamental grasses sways gently in the breeze. Their slender blades catch the light, creating a shimmering effect that adds a dynamic quality to the otherwise static elements of the landscape. The grass's gentle movement introduces a kinetic element to the composition, evoking the feeling of a natural meadow within the confines of the urban environment. A striking bird of paradise plant stands tall, its distinctive orange and blue flowers resembling exotic birds in mid-flight. This tropical beauty serves as a bold exclamation point in the landscape, its dramatic form and vibrant colors providing a stark contrast to the predominantly green palette. Climbing up the courtyard walls, a meticulously trained jasmine vine weaves its way through a custom-designed trellis. As evening approaches, the jasmine's delicate white flowers unfurl, releasing their intoxicating fragrance into the air. This olfactory element adds another layer of sensory experience to the landscape. Demonstrating how a well-designed green space can engage all of our senses. In one corner, a collection of herbs thrives in a series of terracotta pots. The varied textures and shades of green found in basil, thyme, rosemary, and mint create a visually appealing vignette while also serving a practical purpose. These culinary herbs not only add visual interest, but also provide a convenient source of fresh flavors for the kitchen. Illustrating the potential for beauty and functionality to coexist in landscape design. Nestled among the larger plants, a collection of air plants adds an element of whimsy to the landscape. These rootless wonders, suspended in glass globes or perched on driftwood, seem to defy gravity as they thrive on nothing more than air and occasional misting. Their otherworldly appearance serves as a reminder of the incredible diversity found in the plant kingdom. Carefully pruned bonsai tree, its miniature form a testament to years of patient cultivation, occupies a place of honor on a custom-built pedestal. This living work of art exemplifies the intersection of horticulture and sculpture, demonstrating how human intervention can shape nature into forms of exquisite beauty. In another corner, a group of bromeliads creates a vibrant tropical tableau. Their rosettes of colorful foliage, ranging from deep purples to bright reds, add splashes of bold color to the predominantly green palette. The bromeliad's unique form, with water collecting centers that support their own miniature ecosystems. Serves as a fascinating example of nature's ingenuity. Collection of orchids, their delicate blooms perched atop slender stems. Brings an air of sophistication to the courtyard. These elegant flowers, with their intricate patterns and subtle colorations, exemplify nature's capacity for creating objects of sublime beauty. The orchid's presence elevates the entire composition, adding a touch of refinement to the lush greenery that surrounds them. Suspended from the courtyard's pergola, a series of hanging baskets overflow with a cascading array of plants. Fuchsias, trailing petunias, and ivy geraniums create a living canopy overhead, their blooms and foliage dancing in the gentle breeze. A row of citrus trees and oversized planters lines one side of the courtyard, their glossy leaves and fragrant blossoms promising future harvests of lemons, limes, and oranges. These fruit-bearing plants not only add visual interest, but also provide a tangible connection to the cycles of nature. Reminding us of the rewards that come from nurturing and tending to our green spaces. In the center of the courtyard, a small water feature provides a soothing soundtrack of gentle splashes and burbles. Water lilies and floating plants adorn the surface, while submerged aquatic plants help maintain the ecological balance of this miniature aquatic ecosystem. Presence of water not only adds another sensory dimension to the landscape, but also attracts beneficial insects and birds, further enhancing the biodiversity of the space. Collection of variegated plants adds visual interest through their unique leaf patterns. The striking white and green leaves of a variegated rubber plant stand out against the solid green backdrop. While the marbled foliage of a caladium creates an almost painterly effect. These plants demonstrate how variations in leaf color and pattern can be used to create focal points and add depth to the overall composition. Tucked away in a quiet nook, a collection of shade-loving plants thrives in the dappled light. Astas, with their broad textured leaves, create a lush ground cover. While the delicate flowers of impatiens add pops of color to the shadowy recesses. This vignette showcases the importance of understanding and working with the microclimates present within a single landscape. A carefully curated collection of cacti and other desert plants occupies a sun-drenched corner of the courtyard. Their sculptural forms and unique adaptations to arid conditions provide a striking contrast to the lush foliage that dominates the rest of the space. This juxtaposition of different plant communities within a single landscape demonstrates the incredible diversity of the plant kingdom and the potential for creating visually compelling compositions by combining seemingly disparate elements. An espaliered fruit tree, its branches trained into an intricate pattern against a sun-warmed wall, serves as both a source of fresh fruit and a living work of art. This centuries-old horticultural technique showcases the potential for blending form and function in landscape design. Creating a feature that is both beautiful and productive. In a sunny spot, a butterfly garden attracts a variety of pollinators with its colorful blooms and nectar-rich flowers. The sight of butterflies and bees flitting from flower to flower adds a dynamic element to the landscape, bringing the space to life with their movements and reminding us of the important role these creatures play in maintaining healthy ecosystems. A living wall covered in a tapestry of ferns, mosses, and small flowering plants transforms one of the courtyard's vertical surfaces into a lush green canvas. As the day progresses, the changing light transforms the courtyard, highlighting different aspects of the landscape. The morning sun casts long shadows and illuminates dewdrops on leaves, creating a magical, ethereal atmosphere. As noon approaches, the bright overhead light brings out the vibrant colors and intricate textures of the foliage. In the late afternoon, the golden hour bathes the courtyard in warm, honey-colored light, creating a cozy and inviting ambiance. The careful selection and placement of plants with varying heights and growth habits create a sense of depth and dimension within the courtyard. The use of containers and raised beds throughout the courtyard not only adds visual interest through varying heights and textures, but also provides practical benefits. These elevated planting areas improve drainage, allow for better soil control, and make gardening more accessible for those with limited mobility. Courtyard's design takes into account the changing seasons, ensuring year-round interest. Spring flowering bulbs emerge early in the year, followed by the lush growth and vibrant blooms of summer. As autumn approaches, ornamental grasses and late-blooming perennials take center stage, while evergreen specimens provide structure and color throughout the winter months. The courtyard demonstrates the importance of plant selection in creating a successful landscape. Each specimen has been chosen not only for its individual beauty, but also for its ability to thrive in the specific microclimate of the space. This thoughtful curation ensures a healthy, vibrant garden that requires minimal intervention to maintain its beauty. Throughout the courtyard, we see examples of how plants can be used to solve design challenges. Tall grasses provide privacy screening, Dense shrubs block unsightly views, and ground covers prevent soil erosion on sloped areas. This problem-solving approach to planting showcases the versatility and functionality of green spaces. The courtyard's design also considers the sensory experience beyond the visual. Fragrant plants are strategically placed near seating areas and pathways, allowing their scents to be fully appreciated. Plants with interesting textures invite touch, while those that rustle in the breeze add an auditory dimension to the garden experience. By carefully selecting the right plants, placing them in the right spots, using stylish containers, and maintaining and caring for the plants, you too can create a beautiful and tranquil green space in your own backyard. Thanks for joining me on this journey into the world of green potted plants. If you're new here, consider subscribing to Concept with Justin for more inspiring content on garden design, landscaping, and the beauty of nature. Welcome to Concept with Justin. Today's journey explores the creation of an outdoor oasis, a vibrant landscape brimming with lush greenery. Imagine stepping into a world where the boundaries between indoor comfort and outdoor splendor blur, where every corner whispers tales of nature's magnificence. The journey begins with a blank canvas, a plot of land brimming with untapped potential. As we embark on this creative endeavor, the first step is to meticulously assess the site's unique characteristics. Contours of the land, play of sunlight, and the prevailing wind. These elements will serve as the foundation upon which we construct our masterpiece, ensuring that every design decision harmonizes seamlessly with the inherent beauty of the environment. The selection of plants is not merely a task, it is an art form. Each plant possesses unique characteristics, from the delicate blooms of flowering shrubs to the stately presence of ornamental trees. The interplay of heights, colors, and textures creates a tapestry that captivates the senses and evokes a sense of wonder. The thoughtful combination of evergreens, perennials, and seasonal blooms ensures that the oasis remains vibrant and enchanting throughout the year. The arrangement of these botanical treasures is crucial in establishing visual interest and flow. Tall plants can serve as focal points, drawing the eye upward and creating a sense of grandeur. In contrast, low-lying varieties soften edges and ground the space, establishing a seamless transition between the garden and its surroundings. The careful orchestration of heights creates layers, inviting exploration and encouraging a deeper connection with the landscape. Color plays an instrumental role in evoking emotion and setting the atmosphere of the oasis. A curated palette can transform the space, creating moods that resonate with its inhabitants. Warm tones such as yellows and oranges can infuse energy and vibrancy, while cooler shades of blues and greens offer a soothing retreat. Seasonal variations add to the allure as the garden evolves, revealing new shades and textures with each passing month, creating an ever-changing masterpiece. Containers and planters, often overlooked, add a vital layer of personality to the garden. The choice of pots, whether modern and sleek or rustic and time-worn, complement the overall design while reflecting the homeowner's personal style. materials such as terracotta, ceramic, and woven baskets each tell a story, adding depth and texture to the landscape. Arranging these containers with intention allows for a dynamic display. Cascading blooms spill over edges, inviting nature to embrace the space. As the design unfolds, we will pay close attention to the arrangement of these botanical wonders. Strategically positioning them create a sense of depth, movement, and balance. Pathways will wind through the garden, inviting the visitor to embark on a sensory journey. Pausing to admire the interplay of light and shadow, the gentle rustling of leaves, and the soothing melodies of birdsong. Interspersed throughout the lush greenery, we will incorporate thoughtful architectural elements that seamlessly blend with the natural surroundings. Graceful trellises, serene water features, and inviting seating areas will beckon the visitor to linger, savor the tranquility, and to find solace in the embrace of this verdant oasis. The true beauty of this garden, however, lies not only in its aesthetic appeal, but also in its functionality. Through careful planning and implementation, we will ensure that this outdoor sanctuary is not only a feast for the senses, but also a haven for diverse wildlife, attracting vibrant butterflies, industrious bees, and a symphony of avian creatures. The foundation of our oasis lies in the careful selection and placement of plants. Each species chosen must not only thrive in the local climate, but also contribute to the overall aesthetic and functional goals of the space. Consider the majestic canopy of a mature oak, providing dappled shade and a sense of timeless grandeur. Beneath its spreading branches, a tapestry of ferns and hostas might unfurl, their varied textures and shades of green creating a rich, multi-layered understory. As we move through our oasis, the importance of creating distinct zones becomes apparent. These areas, each with its own character and purpose, guide the visitor on a journey of discovery. A secluded meditation nook might be nestled among tall grasses and fragrant herbs, offering a quiet retreat for contemplation. Nearby, a vibrant butterfly garden bursts with colorful blooms, attracting a kaleidoscope of winged visitors and infusing the air with sweet perfume. The artful arrangement of potted plants plays a crucial role in bringing our vision to life. These versatile vessels allow us to introduce pops of color, interesting textures, and even edible elements throughout the space. Picture a collection of terracotta pots in varying sizes, spilling over with cascading ivy and delicate ferns, arranged to create a living sculpture. Or envision a sleek, modern planter filled with structural succulents, its clean lines providing a striking contrast to the organic forms surrounding it. As we craft our oasis, we must not forget the importance of pathways and transition areas. These elements serve not only as practical means of navigation, but also as opportunities to engage the senses and create moments of discovery. A winding stone path might lead through a grove of bamboo, the gentle rustling of leaves overhead, creating a soothing soundtrack. At a bend in the path, a carefully placed bench invites pause, offering a moment to absorb the beauty of a particularly stunning view. The soundscape of the garden should not be overlooked. The whisper of leaves in the breeze, cheerful chirping of birds, and the gentle trickle of water from a fountain create an auditory backdrop that enriches the experience. Incorporating water features, whether a small pond or a bubbling fountain, adds a soothing element, inviting moments of peace and reflection amid the vibrant life of the garden. Lighting plays a crucial role in extending the usability and enhancing the ambience of our outdoor space as day transitions to night. soft, warm illumination can transform the oasis into a magical realm after dark, casting enchanting shadows and highlighting key features. Consider the dramatic effect of uplighting a majestic tree, its branches reaching into the inky sky like a living sculpture. As we delve deeper into the design of our oasis, we must consider the vertical dimension. Walls and fences need not be barriers. Instead, they can serve as canvases for living art. A green wall system planted with a variety of ferns, bromeliads, and trailing vines can transform a plain surface into a lush, textured tapestry. Climbing plants such as jasmine or clematis can be trained to ascend trellises or arbors, creating fragrant archways and adding vertical interest to the space. The selection of materials used throughout the oasis should be carefully considered, not only for their aesthetic qualities, but also for their sustainability and harmony with the natural environment. Locally sourced stone might be used to create retaining walls or stepping stones, its weathered surface telling a story of the land's history. As we curate the plant palette for our oasis, it's essential to strike a balance between diversity and cohesion. A thoughtful mix of evergreen and deciduous species ensures year-round interest, while a carefully chosen color scheme can create a sense of unity throughout the space. Consider the soothing effect of a monochromatic green garden, where varying shades and textures of foliage create a rich, layered look. Alternatively, a bold color scheme featuring complementary hues can energize the space and create visual excitement. incorporation of edible plants into our oasis not only adds beauty, but also provides a connection to the cycles of nature and the joy of harvesting one's own produce. A small herb garden, with its varied textures and fragrances, can be both ornamental and practical. Fruit trees, whether in the ground or in large containers, offer seasonal blooms and bountiful harvests. Even a compact vegetable garden can be integrated seamlessly into the overall design. Its neat rows and changing colors adding visual interest throughout the growing season. The art of creating outdoor rooms can greatly enhance the functionality and appeal of our oasis. By using a combination of plantings, structures, and hardscaping, we can define distinct areas within the larger space, each with its own purpose and character. An outdoor dining area might be enclosed by a pergola draped with fragrant wisteria. A cozy reading nook could be nestled within a circle of ornamental grasses. As we refine our design, we must not overlook the importance of negative space. Areas of open lawn or simple gravel can provide visual relief from the lushness of planted areas, allowing the eye to rest and appreciate the surrounding beauty. As each plant flourishes, the garden becomes a living testament to resilience and renewal. The growth of flora mirrors our own journeys, reminding us of the beauty found in nurturing and care. Each bloom unfolds its story, a celebration of life flourishing in the embrace of attentive stewardship. Inspiration can be drawn from nature itself. Observing wild landscapes, where flora thrives in beautiful disarray, can provide valuable insight. This organic approach can foster a vibrant, eclectic mix within the oasis, creating a space that feels both spontaneous and curated. Embracing the inherent beauty of nature encourages creativity and invites exploration. Vertical gardening presents an innovative solution for maximizing space while adding depth and intrigue. Wall-mounted arrangements, hanging planters, and trellises, adorned with climbing vines, transform empty spaces into lush displays. This verticality not only enhances visual interest, but also invites the eye to explore every nook and cranny of the landscape. Engaging the senses is paramount in creating an immersive experience. Aromatic plants, such as lavender and rosemary, enhance the visual aesthetics while offering delightful fragrances that evoke cherished memories. The simple act of brushing against a fragrant leaf can transport one to sun-drenched gardens, enriching the journey through the oasis. As we near the completion of our oasis design, we must consider the practical aspects of maintenance and care. The choice of plants that are well suited to the local climate and soil conditions can greatly reduce the need for intensive upkeep. Automated irrigation systems, strategically placed to deliver water efficiently, can ensure the health of our plantings while conserving resources. As plants mature and seasons shift, character of the space will evolve. This dynamic nature is part of the beauty of working with living materials. Regular observation and thoughtful adjustments allow us to guide the development of our oasis, ensuring that it continues to meet our needs and delight our senses for years to come. As we step back to admire the fruits of our labor, we see not just a collection of plants and hardscaping elements, but a living, breathing ecosystem. Our outdoor oasis has become a sanctuary not only for ourselves, but for a myriad of creatures that call it home. The gentle hum of bees, the melodious songs of birds, and the subtle rustling of leaves in the breeze all combine to create a symphony of nature, a reminder of our connection to the natural world. Thank you for joining this journey into the world of floral landscapes and outdoor sanctuaries. If this exploration has inspired you, consider subscribing to Concept with Justin for more insights into the beauty of gardening and landscape design. Welcome to Concept with Justin, where we explore the art of landscape design and the creation of breathtaking outdoor spaces. Today's journey invites exploration into the creation of a stunning courtyard, a lush garden sanctuary that intertwines fragrant flowers and verdant greenery. Imagine stepping into a world where nature's beauty envelops you, where every breath is infused with the delicate scents of blooming flowers. The journey of crafting this exquisite landscape begins with thoughtful consideration of the space itself. Every courtyard possesses distinct characteristics that define its potential. The orientation of the sun, the patterns of wind, and the natural contours of the land all play crucial roles in determining the ideal layout. Each element must be meticulously assessed, ensuring that the design harmonizes with the inherent beauty of the surrounding. As the vision unfolds, the selection of plants becomes paramount. The goal is to create a tapestry of colors, textures, and scents that will not only captivate the senses, but also thrive within the microclimate of the courtyard. A combination of evergreen shrubs, flowering perennials, and seasonal blooms can create a dynamic and ever-changing display. Each plant, carefully chosen, adds its unique voice to the symphony of the garden. In this verdant oasis, the arrangement of flora is a dance of balance and harmony. Tall ornamental grasses can frame the space, drawing the eye upward and creating an illusion of height. Meanwhile, low-growing ground covers soften the edges, inviting visitors to explore every inch of the garden. The thoughtful orchestration of plant heights and forms fosters a sense of depth, encouraging a journey through the landscape. Color plays a pivotal role in establishing the mood and atmosphere of the courtyard. Curated palette can evoke different emotion, transforming the space into a lively gathering spot or a tranquil retreat. Warm hues, such as golden yellows and fiery reds, can energize the environment, while cooler tones, like soft blues and calming greens, offer a soothing escape. Seasonal blooms add to this visual feast, their vibrant colors shifting throughout the year, creating an evolving masterpiece. Containers and planters provide an opportunity to add personality and flair to the garden. The choice of pots, be they sleek, modern designs or rustic terracotta, should reflect the overall aesthetic while showcasing the homeowner's unique style. Arranging these containers with intention allows for dynamic displays, where cascading blooms spill over the edges, inviting passers-by to engage with the beauty of the garden. Maintenance is the heartbeat of a thriving courtyard. Regular care ensures that the garden remains vibrant and lush. Tasks such as watering, fertilizing, and pruning become acts of love, deepen the connection between the gardener and the landscape. As seasons shift, the garden should adapt, embracing the cyclical nature of growth. Incorporating both perennials and annuals creates a sense of continuity and surprise, where established plants provide a backdrop for the fleeting beauty of seasonal blooms. This thoughtful curation guarantees that the courtyard remains a source of inspiration and joy throughout the year. Functional elements, such as pathways and seating areas, enhance the accessibility of the courtyard and invite visitors to linger. Well-placed benches offer perfect spots for reflection, encouraging moments of pause to absorb the beauty surrounding them. Pathways, whether made of stone, gravel, or wood, guide the eye and create a seamless flow from one area to the next, inviting exploration. Lighting transforms the courtyard into an enchanting space that can be appreciated even after dusk. The gentle glow of strategically placed fixtures enhances the garden's beauty. Casting soft shadows that dance among the foliage. Sound also plays a vital role in the garden experience. The rustle of leaves in the wind, cheerful songs of birds, and the gentle trickle of water from a fountain create an auditory tapestry that enriches the atmosphere. Incorporating water features, whether a small pond or a bubbling fountain, introduces a calming element, inviting moments of reflection amidst the vibrant life of the courtyard. In crafting our masterpiece, we shall draw upon a rich palette of flora, each plant carefully selected not only for its visual appeal, but for its ability to thrive in this specific environment. The foundation of our design will be laid with a tapestry of lush, evergreen ground covers, a living carpet that will soften the hardscape and create a sense of continuity throughout the courtyard. Rising from this verdant base, we shall introduce a carefully curated selection of ornamental grasses. These graceful plants will add movement and texture to our composition, their slender blades dancing in the gentlest breeze, creating a mesmerizing display of light and shadow. The soft rustle of their leaves will contribute to the sensory experience, adding a soothing auditory element to our garden sanctuary. To provide structure and vertical interest, we shall incorporate a variety of shrubs and small trees. These woody plants will serve as the backbone of our design, creating a sense of permanence and establishing distinct zones within the courtyard. Evergreen varieties will ensure year-round interest, while deciduous species will mark the passage of seasons with their changing foliage and blossom. The selection of flowering plants is where our design truly comes to life, infusing the space with color, fragrance, and a sense of ephemeral beauty. We shall layer these blooms thoughtfully, ensuring a continuous display throughout the growing season. Spring will herald a profusion of bulbs, tulips, daffodils, and hyacinths, bursting forth in a riot of color. As summer approaches, perennials will take center stage, their blossoms unfurling in waves of vibrant hues. In choosing our flowering plants, we must not overlook the importance of fragrance. The olfactory experience is a powerful one, capable of evoking memories and emotions with a single whiff. We shall weave aromatic plants throughout our design, the sweet perfume of jasmine climbing a trellis, the spicy scent of dianthus bordering a pathway, the soothing lavender lending its calming essence to a quiet seating area. Water, essence of life, shall play a pivotal role in our courtyard oasis. A small, strategically placed fountain will serve as a focal point, its gentle gurgle providing a soothing soundtrack to our garden symphony. The reflective surface of the water will mirror the sky and surrounding plantings, adding depth and dimension to the space. Aquatic plants, such as water lilies and rushes, will soften the edges of our water feature, blurring the line between land and liquid. As we consider the hardscape elements of our design, we must strike a delicate balance between functionality and aesthetics. Pathways will wind through the garden, inviting exploration and guiding the eye through the various vignettes we have created. These paths, crafted from natural materials such as flagstone or decomposed granite, will feel organic and unobtrusive, as if they have always been a part of this landscape. Vertical space shall not be overlooked in our design. We will employ a variety of climbing plants to soften walls and create living screens. Wisteria, with its cascading clusters of fragrant blooms, will drape elegantly over an arbor. Clematis, in a rainbow of hues, will scramble up trellises, adding bursts of color at eye level and above. Lighting will play a crucial role in extending the enjoyment of our courtyard well into the evening hours. Soft, ambient lighting will create a magical atmosphere as twilight descends. Uplights will highlight the sculptural forms of trees and larger shrubs, while gentle path lighting will ensure safe navigation through the space. As we consider the plant palette for our courtyard oasis, we must not forget the importance of texture. The interplay of different leaf shapes, sizes, and surfaces adds depth and interest to our composition. The broad, glossy leaves of hostas will contrast beautifully with the fine, feathery foliage of ferns. The fuzzy, silver leaves of lamb's ear will provide a tactile experience, inviting touch and engagement with the garden. Color theory will guide our choices as we paint our living canvas. Cool blues and purples will create a sense of depth and tranquility, while warm yellows and oranges will add energy and vibrancy. White flowers and variegated foliage will serve as unifying elements, providing moments of visual rest and tying disparate elements together. As our design takes shape, we must consider the importance of seasonality. A well-planned garden offers interest and beauty throughout the year. Early spring bulbs will give way to summer perennials, followed by the rich hues of autumn foliage. Even in winter, our garden will shine with the structural beauty of bare branches, evergreen foliage, and ornamental grasses left standing to catch the frost. The art of creating outdoor rooms within our courtyard will add depth and intrigue to the space. By using a combination of plants, structures, and hardscape elements, we can delineate distinct areas within the garden, each with its own character and purpose. A secret garden, hidden behind a living wall of greenery, might house a collection of rare and unusual plants. An herb garden, with its intoxicating fragrances and culinary potential, could be located near the dining area. In our quest to create a truly immersive experience, we shall not neglect the auditory aspects of our garden. Beyond the soothing sound of water, we can introduce elements that invite nature's musicians. Berry-producing shrubs will attract songbirds, their melodies adding to the garden's symphony. The selection of materials for our hardscape elements play a crucial role in tying the design together. Natural stone, with its timeless beauty and organic textures, will form the basis of our palette. Weathered wood, perhaps reclaimed from old structures, will add warmth and character. Corten steel, with its rich, rust-colored patina, can provide contemporary accents that contrast beautifully with the soft greenery. As we delve deeper into the details of our design, we must consider the microclimates within our courtyard. Shadier corners may call for a woodland garden approach, with ferns, hostas, and shade-loving perennials creating a cool, refreshing retreat. Sun-drenched areas offer the perfect opportunity for a Mediterranean-inspired planting scheme, with drought-tolerant herbs and succulents basking in the warmth. The incorporation of art into our garden design adds another layer of interest and personality. Sculpture, whether classical or contemporary, can serve as a focal point or a delightful surprise tucked away in a hidden corner. Mosaics or decorative tiles can add splashes of color and pattern to walls or paving. Even functional elements, such as gates or screens, can be elevated to art forms through thoughtful design and craftsmanship. As we consider the long-term success of our courtyard oasis, we must address the practical aspects of maintenance. A well-designed irrigation system, preferably utilizing rainwater harvesting and drip technology, will ensure that our plants receive the water they need while conserving this precious resource. Composting areas, discreetly incorporated into the design, will provide a sustainable source of nutrients for our garden. In our quest to create a truly sustainable garden, we shall explore the principles of permaculture. By mimicking natural ecosystems, we can create a landscape that is not only beautiful, but also productive and self-sustaining. Fruit trees, berry bushes, and edible perennials can be seamlessly integrated into our ornamental plantings, providing both visual appeal and a bountiful harvest. As we fine-tune our design, we must not overlook the importance of negative space. Areas of open ground, whether covered in a simple ground cover or left as bare earth, provide visual rest and allow the eye to appreciate the beauty of our planted areas. These open spaces also serve a practical purpose, allowing for easy movement through the garden and providing flexibility for future additions or changes. In our pursuit of creating a sensory-rich environment, we shall pay special attention to plants that invite touch. The soft, velvety leaves of lamb's ear, the smooth bark of a birch tree, the delicate petals of a rose. These tactile experiences deepen our connection to the natural world and add another dimension to our garden experience. The integration of edible plants throughout our design not only adds visual interest, but also provides a direct connection to the nourishing power of nature. Fruit trees can serve as beautiful specimens while providing a bountiful harvest. Herbs, with their varied textures and fragrances, make excellent border plant. Even common vegetables can be incorporated into ornamental beds, their foliage and flowers contributing to the overall aesthetic. As we consider the sustainability of our garden, we must address the issue of water conservation. Rain gardens, strategically placed to capture and filter runoff, not only help manage water resources, but also provide habitat for moisture-loving plants. Permeable paving materials allow rainwater to percolate into the ground, reducing runoff and supporting the water table. The incorporation of vertical gardening techniques allows us to maximize the use of space in our courtyard oasis. Living walls, covered in a tapestry of succulents or shade-loving perennials, transform blank surfaces into lush green canvases. Espaliered fruit trees not only provide visual interest, but also offer a space-saving way to incorporate edibles into our design. As we refine our plant selections, we shall pay special attention to those species that attract pollinators. By creating a haven for bees, butterflies, and hummingbirds, we not only support local ecosystems, but also add another layer of life and movement to our garden. The dance of these small creatures among the blooms adds a magical quality to the space. In our quest to create a truly immersive experience, we shall not neglect the power of sound in the garden. The careful placement of wind-activated sculptures or chimes can add a subtle, ever-changing musical element to our oasis. The rustling of bamboo leaves, with the gentle clatter of rain chains during a summer shower, contribute to the garden's sensory symphony. As we near the completion of our design, we must consider the importance of transitional spaces. The journey from the interior of the home to the heart of our courtyard oasis should be a gradual one, allowing for a sense of discovery and revelation. A series of thresholds, perhaps marked by changes in paving material or passing through an arched entryway draped in fragrant vines, builds anticipation and enhances the overall experience. The incorporation of focal points throughout our courtyard guides the eye and provides moments of pause in our garden journey. These focal points might take the form of a striking piece of sculpture, an unusually shaped tree, or a carefully composed vignette of plants and hardscape elements. By strategically placing these elements, we create a sense of rhythm and flow within the space. As we consider the long-term evolution of our garden, we must plan for succession planting. By incorporating plants with different life cycles and growth rates, we ensure that our garden remains vibrant and full as it matures. Fast-growing annuals and short-lived perennials can fill spaces, while slower-growing shrubs and trees establish themselves. As we fine-tune our plant selections, we shall not overlook the importance of foliage plants. While flowers provide bursts of color and seasonal interest, it is the leaves that form the backbone of our garden composition. By carefully combining plants with different leaf shapes, sizes, and colors, we create a tapestry of texture that remains interesting long after the blooms have faded. As the seasons pass, the garden will continue to evolve, each change bringing new beauty and wonder. Spring will burst forth with a riot of color, summer will bask in lush abundance, autumn will paint the landscape in rich hues, and winter will reveal the quiet elegance of bare branches and evergreen boughs. In every phase, there is beauty to be discovered and appreciated. If this exploration has inspired you, consider subscribing to Concept with Justin for more insights into the beauty of gardening and landscape design.